This video is a parody, and the party responsible is not remorseful for any hurt feelings caused hereafter. The names mentioned are not real people. No dugongs were harmed during the making of this video.
Number 1.
I like
Money.
Let's face it, money is the reason most engineers become engineers in the first place. Sure, engineering may look pretty cool during those campus tours. Oh, that's pretty neat. Whoa, that's a cool robot. Wow, will I really get to build a race car? Okay, Mom, I think I've made up my... What the f*** is that? What? Wait, I have to take all of these? You hear a voice, a seductive voice.
See? You don't want to work hard. This is college. These are the best years of your life. You want to enjoy yourself, right?
But an even mightier voice responds,
Yeah, but there's a shit ton of money involved as a reward.
You go home and do some research. You look up the average starting salaries. Wow, I can make that much out of undergrad? That's right. And look at me over here. Job stability. You remember the Great Recession. You're not going back to Chef Boyardee. Never again. So you enroll, and you hate every moment of class. But you know what? The money will make it all worth it, you say. I'm actually going to have a job when I graduate.
Number 2.
The Snob. Oh yeah, George. You think that public communications degree is going to land you a job with ESPN? That's cute. Hope you have fun with your new career as a barista. Oh, secretly, we all look down upon the commoners. We don't think we're better than you. We know we're better than you. And when you fall on tough times and confide in us, sure, we'll tell you what you want to hear. Don't worry, I'm sure you'll find a job as a psychologist one day. But this might as well be the same as a southerner saying, bless your heart, you just don't know any better. But there's a sick justification behind our superiority complex. We worked while we watched you goof off through undergrad. We've shed blood for this degree. What have you done to deserve that job?
Number 3.
I've seen Mythbusters. Sorry kid, it's all a lie. Even the program tours are a lie. Half the crap they showed me on my tour, I never even touched. You know those sick explosions and wrecks on Mythbusters? Yeah, it takes hours or even days to set that stuff up. And all for what? A few seconds of action? Oh great, now I get to sort through all the data for the next few weeks. Actually, this right here is engineering in a nutshell. 49% work, 2% fun, 49% work. This is the person who actually gives in to the first voice. Yeah, this. I'm switching to media arts. At least I'll get to make some cool movies like James Bond. There's about a 5% chance that this person makes it through freshman year before switching majors. Another victim to the freshman weed out.
Number 4.
The Overachiever. Everybody knows this person. One exists in every program. Hey Mindy, do you want to jump in on the study session tonight?
No thanks. I study best alone.
It's like they think that they're infected with some genius disease, and they're afraid that if they spend too much time with people that they may spread it among their peers and risk losing a shot at valedictorian? I'm not sure. And here's the same person moments before a test that's handed back.
Guys, I'm really freaking out. I barely studied. I think I failed this so hard. Oh, look at that. I got an A.
This right here pisses you off more than getting that D-. Nothing else matters this semester but getting a better grade. Then Mindy.
Number 5.
The provider. There's one person in every program who somehow, some way, always finds the old tests. You get back a test. Damn, 60. Class average? 81.
What the f***?
How is that even possible? Later on, someone decides to show you mercy, reveals the secret. You really want to rat them all out. You really, really want to. But wait, you're smarter than this. You can use this. You've always thought there's no way this person is actually smart enough for this program. You knew. You always knew. You don't know where they found this magic lamp and you really don't care. Now I can be average. And by senior year, the whole program has become infected. The later students, closer and closer to ratting the provider out. But no one ever does. No one ever will.
Number 6. Oh, this is really hurting my voice.
The procrastinator. All of us.
Number 7.
The grinder. Have you ever noticed how most engineering buildings are these bland stone behemoths that look like a prison? It's depressing, but it's for a purpose. It's meant to suck the joy out of your life until engineering is all that's left. You either run from it or embrace it. This building is the chapel for the grinder. The rest of the campus grounds are merely a walkway to the engineering building, walking with their heads stooped low, prepared to take the next strike to their soul. The grinders are different from money seekers, though. They're waiting patiently, waiting for their calling to shine through these stark gray walls. They're here because Daddy's an engineer, and I can't risk becoming a disappointment in a different major. Engineering is hard, but it's safe. The grinder knows this.
Number 8. I hate this guy.
Chad. Does the sight of the phrase
Group project.
send a shiver down your spine? If so, you've encountered at least one Chad in your life. They're just there to suck the grade right out from your blistered hands. That's right, these people are like the dementors of GPA. Just the sight of them on your newsfeed still beckons the blackest hatred within your soul. They never cared about helping. They may not care about a single thing in this world. Getting an A on an engineering project with a Chad is comparable to driving your drunk friend's stick-shift car home, which just so happens to be the first time ever attempting to drive a stick. It's also 2 a.m. and you've had a few yourself. Good luck. The margin for error is already razor thin before spreading the fourth member's duties among the three of you. Chad is so undeniably useless that you won't even let him look at the project, let alone actively participate. When Chad actually shows up to the computer lab an hour late, he sits down, says some crap like, "Oh yeah, my other study session went late, and I had to pick up some
Chicken nuggets.
Say, does anyone want to order me some Insomnia cookies? I left my wallet in my car." He looks at the screen we're all huddled around. He knows not how useless he is. He reaches for the mouse. What the f*** do you think you're doing? An hour's worth of work spared from the hand of death. Yeah, here's the difference between Chad and the provider. The provider knows that they aren't going to be any help, so they make themselves useful in other ways. They bring the group homemade cookies. They buy you a drink at the bar. Nobody hates the provider. Everybody hates Chad.
Number 9. Last one, I promise.
Work smarter, not harder. When it comes to class, you really have 4 choices. Become an overachiever, grind it out, waste everybody's time, or work smarter. I like to think that this happens for most engineering students by junior year. Freshman year was a bloodbath. Nobody prepared you for that. It beat you into the dirt and stole your dreams of med school, but it toughened you, humbled you even. Sophomore year comes around, you got clever. By this point, you realize that a high GPA in engineering was about as useless as a 2-foot spoiler on a mid-90s Honda Civic. And you know that demoralizing yourself after every bad grade isn't going to help. You get past the core classes and start taking more engineering courses, and you learn that letter grades are arbitrary. I remember one test in fluid dynamics where a 42, I swear a 42 was a C due to the curve, and I got an 18. An 18. I remember the professor of that class showing the class the distribution of grades among the students, and the highest was like an 82, and the lowest was a 12. And I was like, I know I did bad, but I know I didn't do that bad. Well, I was right, but that 18 hurt. That same class, we were assigned a Chad for our group project. We aced that project, and I fought back for a C+. You learn to take the blows, and you make up the ground elsewhere. Junior year hits. Oh yeah, classes are as difficult as ever, but you make peace with the fact that you're not going to get a job based only on your GPA. Experience. Experience will get you that job. So you find a lab to get some experience. Turns out engineering outside of class can actually be interesting. You may have even discovered a career. But this lab takes time away from class, so you develop the ability to manage your time. You develop the ability to turn your brain on and off during class. Some may call this laziness. No, this is smarter. A way to keep you sane. No lie, one day my junior year, my best friend passed me a note on a scrap piece of napkin which read, "Do you mind if I play Batman?" I looked to my right to find him with Batman Arkham Asylum open on his MacBook. The fan on this thing was roaring so loud that the whole class could hear it. And you know what? It didn't even matter. Work smarter, not harder.